We also have Ashwin Patil joining in. Ashwin, we've just had Mitul spell out that there are 15,000 crore rupees worth of exceptional items adjusted for that, and also a reversal of approximately 2,000 crore rupees. But that 13,000 crore rupees of exceptional items would have put paid to a lot of expectations on the bottom line front, right? What are your initial reactions to the earnings?
Yes, the numbers were quite good, very strong and robust performance. This time Tata Motors has reported after a few quarters of not so good performance, I would say. But yes, this exceptional loss has actually dented their performance. But if we exclude that, then definitely it was very good performance from Tata Motors. We know that the standalone numbers have been standalone performance has been quite good. The commercial vehicles, we are seeing a strong reversal in the cycle this quarter as well as in the last quarter. But this quarter it was felt to a great extent. Also on the passenger vehicle side, its volumes, the vehicles are doing, its models are doing really very well. And the company has gained a market share also to a great extent in this quarter. On the JLR front, I would say that, the performance has been good this time. Much better than expectations on all fronts. I would say the Tata Motors has been firing on all the cylinders this time. So, excluding the exceptions, definitely the company has surpassed our expectations at least.
Okay, I want to come back to Mitul in just a bit, but Ashwin, I want your view. Since we've already looked at the headline numbers and we've spoken about this exceptional item, which I'm sure we'll get a little bit more clarity once the management speaks, would you be willing, as an analyst that looks at Tata Motors, to look through this exceptional item because you see enough positives here on the operational front? And what are your expectations with regard to FY22? The management, at least from the tone of the press release, seems to be a little cautious in the first and the second quarter of this financial year.
Yes, definitely they will have to be, because we know that the COVID surge is still, it's quite strong in the domestic markets, and they won't be able to see that kind of number, those numbers which they have seen in Q4, in the Q1, as well as maybe if it spreads into Q2 as well, then maybe the first half won't be that positive as compared to what it was expected earlier. So, the cautiousness is definitely warranted from their side as well as from the street side, because you never know how long will this pandemic continue, and that is going to impact their JLR business as well as the domestic business. So the cautiousness is definitely, it should be there from everybody's point of view. So maybe first half, if they are, the performance is not as per their expectations, at least, if there is no third wave, or if the third wave is there, then it is not that severe. Then maybe in the second half, we can expect a strong bounce back, from the entire auto industry, I would say, not only Tata Motors, but overall, my view is definitely of, maintaining a cautious view on most of the auto stocks.
Okay. Ashwin, I want to come to you on the commentary with regard to the outlook that they've given. They've very specifically said, I'm reading from the press release here, they've said that the supply situation over the next few months is likely to be adversely impacted by disruptions from COVID-19 lockdowns in India and semiconductor shortages worldwide. They expect that the first quarter will be relatively weak due to this, as well as rising commodity inflation, and they expect it to improve gradually from the second quarter. How much of a pressure do you think that commodity prices will play on the margins front specifically? Jaguar Land Rover, as we know, uses a lot of aluminium in the raw materials that it uses. What is the outlook that you think will be given with regard to the new financial year?
Well, I would say that definitely the input costs are rising, and steel and precious metals, which form a major content of at least steel, if not the precious metals, but definitely they are on the rise, and on the JLR side, with the electrification of their vehicles and all, with aluminium content moving up, they will be able to up to some extent they'll be able to mitigate the cost the input costs which are rising right now. But in the Indian business, I think the commercial vehicles which majorly use steel and all those costs are quite rising. So I think in the domestic markets as well, in the scenario where COVID is there and there is a pressure on demand, etc., they won't be able to take big price hikes or any price hike, I would say. In fact, discounting will be increasing to a good extent, and there will be a pressure on the EBITDA margins or the margins or the profitability of the company in the domestic markets. So, up to some extent that may get mitigated in the JLR operations, but overall I would say that the pricing pressures and the margin pressures will prevail, at least in the short term, maybe till Q2. And after that, if if there is some easing in the input costs and the demand rises, the COVID subsides, then definitely third and fourth quarter we may see good upward movement in the margins and the profitability. But for Q1 and Q2, I think there will be a lot of pressure on the margins.
Absolutely. Mithil as well as Ashwin, thank you so much for joining in and for giving us your initial reactions on Tata Motors. Just to reiterate, it's a strong performance on the operational front. It seems to be exceptional items that have dented the bottom line. We've seen a loss in the quarter gone by as opposed to expectations of a strong profit and a return to the black for Tata Motors on a consolidated basis. At the same time, Jaguar Land Rover reporting margins, EBITDA margins at above 15%. That's definitely going to be seen as a huge positive. The management seems to be just a tad bit cautious about the ongoing quarter as well as the second quarter on account of the pandemic and the return to normalcy. We'll be back in a short while. We're expecting the conference call from the management in a short while, and I'm sure that a lot of the questions that are still being asked about the earnings will be clarified by the management when that does take place. We're heading into a short break. Do stay tuned, lots more on the other side.